Hey everybody, welcome to Face the Music. Look, if you're not a subscriber, do me a quick favor. Will you reach over, hit that subscribe button, join this big family. Let's keep all this great music alive together. While you're there, also set up your notifications so whenever I drop a new episode, you'll be one of the first to find out. Okay, so before we get started with today's episode, let's go ahead and do what we always do, which is start off with the AOD album of the day, which is this one right here, In Excess, Kick. You can see it right here. These guys are fantastic. For those of you who know about In Excess, you already know. And if you don't know about In Excess, let me tell you, check these guys out. I'm not going to get into the whole history of In Excess and Michael Hutchence and all these guys, but these guys, you know, unfortunately are no longer together. There's a lot of reasons for that, and those of you who are familiar, like I said, you already know. But these guys are absolutely fantastic. You know, and this album, Kick, had some great songs on it. You know, right here, you've got New Sensation, Devil Inside, Need You Tonight, Never Tear Us Apart, Mystify, of course, Kick, you know, Guns in the Sky. I'm telling you right now, this is one of my favorite albums from In Excess. And if you're not familiar, like I said, with those guys, definitely check them out. Love this album. And I know that if you check them out and you don't have this album and you get it and you listen to it, you'll love them too. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into today's episode. So today I've got an artist that's kind of newer to me. I've only done one episode featuring her previously, and it was the Elvis cover of Can't Help Falling in Love with You. You know, and I thought that was very, very good. Now, I haven't heard anything else of her, so I don't have, you know, anything to compare. Okay, that song, you know, compare a whole bunch of them together. But anyways, I had a lot of recommendations for me to check out this one from her. Her name is Diana Ankudinova, and she's doing a cover here in today's episode. Have not heard it, have not seen it, of Chris Isaak's song, Wicked Game. Now, Wicked Game came out in 1989, and I remember this song, as many of you I'm sure do as well. Great song. I mean, it's just one of those songs that when you talk about, you know, hits of the 80s, you know, what if songs like, you know, came out back in the day, back then, and this song always is in that list, or at least it should be, because I just think it just has that haunting sound, that, you know, very mystical, unique quality to it that I always enjoyed, and I still do enjoy whenever I hear it. So, don't know anything about it, like I said, but let's go ahead and jump right on into it. Here we go. Diana Ankudinova and her cover of Chris Isaak's Wicked Game.
The world was on fire, and no one could save me but you. It's strange what desire will make foolish people do. I never dreamed that I need somebody like you. I never dreamed that I need somebody like you. No. no one could save me but you.
And there you have it, Diana Ankudinova and her cover of Chris Isaak's hit "Wicked Game." You know, again, now this is the second episode that I've seen, second song that I've seen her featured doing any music at all. This is only the second time I've ever actually heard her, because the first one, as I mentioned at the outset of this episode, was the cover of Elvis Presley's "Can't Help Falling in Love," and then we've got in this one we have Chris Isaak's "Wicked Game" cover. Very unique. You know, again, this appears to be like on some kind of a TV show. You know, and I'm assuming that when the judges hit their buzzer and everything lights up green, that's their approval of the artist in front of them or whatever. It took that one judge looked like most of the song before he kind of came around with everybody else and decided to select her as well. However, that voting, you know, whatever that means, if that means, okay, you go to the next round or we all love you. I don't know what that exactly means. You know, maybe some of you have mentioned it before and maybe I just overlooked it or I'm forgetting right now. Maybe you can remind me exactly what TV show this was and what you know, what that means, the whole selection process. Anyways, but she's got a very unique quality to her. You know, it's a different sound for me, and I have to be honest with you as a reactor and say, you know, I'm still trying to get used to it, because she does have parts of it where she sounds very clear and very, I mean, but because she has different registers, right? So, you know, she has the high register, and then she has the low register where it's almost very deceptive. If I heard that voice and I wasn't seeing someone in front of me, I might picture someone entirely different that, you know, that sound was coming from. Not that it's bad at all. It's different for me, and I'm still trying to like equate what I'm seeing, because I'm hearing all these different voices and sounds and stuff coming out of one person. Now, I think the video that the video that I used for this episode, I think said that she was 15. Maybe you guys can let me know if that's correct. If you're, you know, a Diana Ankudinova fan, you let me know if she's 15 in this particular footage. Anyways, very good. I mean, I thought it was a very, very, very good. Not only first of all, I think the song was great, but I think also her performance, her presence, because that song, the way that she was up there with the, you know, the dark kind of, you know, mystical, like I mentioned at the outset, that's what the vibe is. I always get is just, you know, very somber, very silent, very, you know, kind of almost like a quiet sense, which I think that's probably what Chris meant, you know, wanted when he actually originally did the song. But with all the dark, you know, darkness behind her and just that mood setting, I guess you could say. It's hard for me to kind of explain it, I guess, but I think you guys know what I'm talking about. That's kind of where that's where I see that was just a great, you know, selection for her, or whoever, you know, designed that for her, to put her in that mood and that setting to kind of give that extra ambiance to that song. So anyways, I thought that was great. I thought it was fantastic. I'm looking forward to seeing more of her, doing more and doing different songs that I haven't heard yet. Like I said, new artists like this, you know, some artists I'm very familiar with, like for example, In Excess. If I feature In Excess song on here, most likely I've already heard it, probably heard it for years, with Ankudinova and some of the other, you know, artists, Pentatonics and you know, Sabaton, Nightwish, you know, some of those groups and artists that I put on here. I try to listen to any of those songs before I actually feature them here, because I want them to be first-time reactions. Some can be first-time reactions for some of you, not for me, but some of this maybe is for both of us, like with Diana here. So, anyways, give me some more recommendations if you don't mind. What other songs should I be featuring? So far I've done Can't Help Falling in Love. Now I've done Wicked Game. Give me some more so I can kind of like get bigger, I should say, a broader picture of this artist. So far, so good. I really enjoyed watching that. I thought it was great. Hope that you enjoyed it as well. Okay, so if you're not a subscriber, do me a favor. Go ahead and hit subscribe. Reach over, hit the subscribe button. Join this family. Let's keep all this great music alive together. Also, set up your notifications so that whenever I drop new episodes, you'll be the first to find out. Give me a like, give me a share if you don't mind. That helps me continue on with this channel and keep growing. Also, down below, I've got hashtag Face the Music Reactions. If you click on that, or you can simply go down to my playlist section, you'll find all my previous content. I'm sure you'll find other great music and artists and songs there that you'll enjoy as well. Come on back. There's a lot more great music in store for you. I'll see you next time right here on Face the Music. Take care.